Hi everybody, it's me, LisaT, coming at you with some positive energy and truly feeling it today. I don't know if anyone noticed in my energy, but it was like off kilter the last few days, and I was down at the park yesterday and I was talking to a woman, and we were talking about the moon, and I was looking at the moon last night and it was like bright orange and crazy, and I thought, yep, I'm like such a sensitive person. So I'm sensitive to like energies, I'm sensitive to emotions, I'm sensitive to foods, I'm sensitive to like, what I put in my body, what I put in my mind. I'm sensitive to like the environment. So when the moon is like doing crazy stuff, I really feel affected by it. I don't know, I'm going to chop it up to the moon and the stars today. So, but anyways, my point is that I've done some like major self-care this morning and I'm feeling back to my old self. So this is good news for me and good news for you, because I'll give you a great message, I hope. Okay, so, right. Yes, we are doing The Language of Letting Go by Beattie, and we're reading Family Buttons, July 15th. My stress level was up so much that my vision has gone a little wacky. This is just proof of like how important it is to keep stress out of your body. It'll affect you. Anyways, so I'm wearing my specs during the day now. Okay, so Family Buttons, July 15th. I was 35 years old the first time I spoke up to my mother and refused to buy into her games and manipulation. I was 35 years old the first time I spoke up to my mother and refused to buy into her games and manipulation. 35. I was terribly frightened and almost couldn't believe I was doing this. She couldn't believe she was finally standing up for herself and speaking her truth. It's terrifying. I found I didn't have to be mean. No, we don't have to be mean, but we can be direct. I wanted and needed to say to take care of myself. Oh, but I didn't have, okay. Blah, 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 blah. I was terribly frightened and almost couldn't believe I was doing this. I found I didn't have to be mean. I didn't have to start an argument, but I could say what I wanted and needed to say to take care of myself. We can say what we want and need to say to take care of ourselves without being attacking, without being manipulative, without being aggressive. We could just be assertive. I learned I could love and honor myself and still care about my mother. We can love and honor ourselves and still care for another human being. So we don't have to people please, right? Like if you have a people pleasing characteristic in you, then you like abolish your own needs just to make sure someone else feels good. So this is the balance thing that I'm constantly talking to you about, right? So we need to take care of ourselves while we be kind and nurturing to others as well. So I learned I could love and honor myself and still care about my mother the way I wanted to, not the way she wanted me to. The way I want to love, the way she wanted to love her, not the way that the mother wanted to love her. So here we go. Who knows better how to push our buttons than family members, the people close to us, right? Who, besides family members, do we give such power? Giving away our power. This is one thing that's come up with me and my friends talking a lot, like giving away our power. We give away our power when we put our self-love in someone else's hands. So when we put our value, when we put our self-worth in someone else's hands for them to tell us how worthy we are, how valuable we are, we need to own that ourselves. So we give our power away when we do that, when we put it in someone else's hands to let us know how we are. So, who besides family members do we give such power? No matter how long we or our family members have been recovering, relationships with family members can be provocative. Relationships with family members can be provocative. I don't know what they're saying there. Okay, let's go on. One telephone conversation could put us in an emotional and physical tailspin that lasts for hours or days. Yeah, and I know that experience with just anything. One conversation, one thing said can put me in a tailspin for hours or days. Well, I just said, I've been in a little bit of a tailspin for days. Sometimes it gets worse when we begin recovery because we become more aware of our reactions and our discomfort. I've said that a lot to friends too, like the awareness can be some like really freaky. Like all of a sudden you're aware of so much because you're awake and you're open and you're not pushing anything down, and you're aware of what's coming up for you. You're aware of your thoughts. You're aware of your emotions. You're feeling stuff you haven't felt before, and allowing it. So it can be like, oh my God, this is a lot. It can be overwhelming. So yeah, we're even more aware of our reactions and our discomfort. That's uncomfortable, but it's good. It's uncomfortable, but it's good. We got to get out of our comfort zones in recovery. We got to get out of these places that we just felt comfortable and safe. Because even if something's bad for you, it's you'll stay there. Like abusive relationships, a lot of women will stay in abusive relationships for one main reason, because it's familiar. It's all they know. So even though it's like bad, it's familiar, which makes it comfortable. Because if we're familiar with it, the unknown is uncomfortable, right? So that's why when these emotions are coming up in recovery and you're feeling stuff, it's unknown to you. You're like, oh my God, what is this? And it's uncomfortable, but that's okay. It's good. It is by beginning this process of awareness and acceptance that we change, grow, and heal. Awareness and acceptance, beginning this awareness of all this stuff and then accepting it. That's how we change, that's how we grow, and that's how we heal. Yay for that. So what do I always like to say? Oh, that's loud out there. Can you guys hear that? We gotta feel it so we can deal with it and then heal it. Feel it, deal with it, heal it. Feel it, deal with it, heal it, heal it, heal it. Okay, the process of detaching in love from family members can take years, so be patient with yourself. So can the process of learning how to react in a more effective way. So you know, at first you might like, and then you learn, oh, that didn't work, and then I got to react, and then you learn to respond instead of react, right? So the process of learning how to react in a more effective way. We cannot control what they do or try to do. So we can never control anything outside of ourselves. We cannot control what they do or what they try to do, but we can gain some sense of control over how we choose to react. We gain control of this. We start to become emotionally dependent. We start to become emotionally responsible, right? Responsible for what's coming up in here. So yeah, we can choose, but we gain some sense of control over how we choose to react. Stop trying to make them act or treat us differently. Stop trying to make other people act or treat you differently. People will learn how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Stop trying to make them act or treat us any differently. Unhook from their system by refusing to try to change or influence them. Unhook. This is codependency, right? You hook in and try and change or try to discipline them or try to do something to them so that you feel better. You got to unhook from that. Unhook from that and refuse to try to change or influence them. Their patterns, particularly their patterns with us, are their issues. How we react or allow these patterns to influence us is ours. How we take care of ourselves is also ours. We can love our family and still refuse to buy into their issues. We can love our family but refuse their efforts to manipulate, control, or produce guilt in us. Right? That's like, if you're not on a healing journey and you're not aware and you're not awake and you're not looking at yourself and you're not doing introspection and you're not trying to gain insight, then we just blah, 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 we just fumble through, right? So that might be the family members, that they don't have the insight. They don't have that. So we can't try to control that, try to change that. And we can love our family but refuse their efforts to manipulate, control, or produce guilt in us. So we can still love. This is called loving detachment. So we love but we detach. We can take care of ourselves with family members without feeling guilty. So we can take care of ourselves without feeling guilty. That's a huge one, right? We got to, self-care. Some people feel guilty, like a lot of moms, I think, out there. I talk to, my clients, and they feel guilty because they've got, duties as a wife and duties as a mom and duties as this, and they feel guilty to, want to take care of themselves because there's people that depend on them. But we're better equipped to be there for others when we take care of ourselves. So, we can take care of ourselves with our family members without feeling guilty. We can learn to be assertive with family members without being aggressive. We can set the boundaries we need and want to set with family members without being disloyal to the family. So, it's hard when you're starting to set boundaries. You can feel like, ooh, that didn't feel good because they're not feeling good. But and what I learned too is when we set a boundary with someone, they typically need that boundary set for themselves as well. So, we're not being disloyal. So we can set the boundaries we need and want to set with family members without being disloyal to the family. We can learn to love our family without forfeiting love and respect for ourselves. Here's your prayer for today. Woo! God, today, help me start practicing self-care with family members and with every relationship in your life. Today, help me start practicing self-care with family members. Help me know that I do not have to allow their issues to control my life, my day, or my feelings. My life, my day, and my feelings. You're only going to live this day once. Make the most of it. Help me know it's okay to have all my feelings about family members without guilt or shame. It's okay to have your feelings. One more time, right through. Today, help me start practicing self-care with family members. Help me know that I do not have to allow their issues to control my life, my day, or my feelings. Help me know it's okay to have all my feelings about my family members without guilt or shame. Amen. Thanks for watching. Have a great day loving yourself. Live in the moment. This day only happens once. And enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. The universe is always supporting you. Love you all. Thanks for watching.